Good. And to mark their 25-year milestone, Phil Spencer and Kirstie Allsopp join us now. I mean, when you look back and you see that, you must have such fond memories.
It's been a lot of fun. It really has. Well, 25 years, it's gone in the blink of an eye.
Watching it yesterday, we've got an advanced copy of it. It is so joyous, though, Kirstie. Watching your relationship develop on screen. But that moment, even for the two of you who were property finders already, that was your business. When you get that call and you had something accepted, and you can see it's such a moment of
It's
triumph.
such a moment. I had it last week, and the couple that I were with had a really hard time. It was a blended family, and they just wanted to live together. They hadn't yet to live together. And it was really special, that moment.
When people come to us for help, and they only come to us almost as a last resort, they've struggled and not been able to find what they're looking for. So if we are able, in a fairly short space of time, to serve up some solutions and then do a deal and try and save the money, that's a really satisfying place for all of us and all of the production crew.
I was trying to remember what sort of property shows were around 25 years ago.
I don't think there was.
There weren't. No. It was a new genre. We had Grand Designs.
Yes.
That's 26 years old now.
So that just started, really.
Yes, and then there were the revamping shows, you know, the shows which redecorated a house in 24 hours.
Changing rooms or whatever,
which were really exciting. But the more technical purchase shows where you got advice on how to buy and what to buy, and where you really saw the real stories, because that's one of the things we're really proud of. It's their money, we're really making offers, we're really seeing the houses. It's some of the least fake TV you're going to find.
Yes,
I think we've been really lucky. Because we're not all keen cooks or gardeners or car enthusiasts, but actually we are all interested in where we live and the roof over our head at night.
So
there's added into the process, people don't move very often, and it is stressful, and it is full of decisions and discussion and debate and compromise and money and emotions. So there's a lot for us to kind of work with it.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's like property is the narrative that runs through the show, but the real it's the human element that you have to it
that's what
as
we
well.
love. What we love is each couple, like the two sisters, Inez and Amoki, who are on tonight, the first in the new series. They had such a hard ride. They were first-time buyers. They moved back to Suffolk. They were commuting from Suffolk into London to work. And they'd saved up, and then they'd made an offer on a property which it turned out didn't have the right documentation. Another one, they were outbid. And then when they came on the show, they were really desperate. And I was really so passionate about finding them the right thing. And then we found it, then we got outbid, which doesn't often happen to us. So that was a whole other thing. And it was really funny, because yesterday I was working with a colleague who I'd been working with on the day that I had been going off. Because, you know, we've got Love It or List It and Location. And the relationship between those shows is really sweet. And I will say to that one team, oh, I've got to go off and do something for the other team. And he said, I remember you going up and down this decking in a house where we were filming Love It or List It, just furiously trying to secure the house for Inez and Amoki.
Phil, you get so invested, and the two of you are competitive with each other as well. That's one of the things I really love. What were your impressions of Kirstie when you first met?
They probably remain consistent throughout the 25 years. Always great fun. I never know what she's going to say from one minute to the next.
Yeah, in slightly more comfortable shoes than the boots that you wore initially.
Comfortable shoes.
Oh, really?
Never ever comfortable shoes. Never seen in flats.
No, I do sometimes take them off and have a pair. I do now travel with a pair of more comfortable shoes.
Never trousers and never flats.
I love
Always
that.
immaculately toned out.
But it was interesting when you were watching the 25-year show, because obviously you know all about property and you have that history and you're the masterminds behind it. But then there's all the different things that politics change. There's a pandemic, all these different elements change as well that even you guys can't predict.
It's really interesting filming the hour show that's on from 9 until 10 tonight. Looking at the kind of bumps and moments. And there's been a huge changes in the market throughout, the ups and the downs, and the different advice that we've given and deals that we've done at different times. And I think that's probably what's kept it fresh for us, and possibly fresh for the viewers as well, we're every time we go out to make it, the market is slightly different.
It's evolving, isn't it?
And it's different nationally. And I think the greatest joy of our working life is the privilege of having seen every county in the country.
Yeah.
And we know, you know, if when I meet someone, I ask them where they live, there's a very strong likelihood I've been there. I know the place.
Yeah, of course.
And that is something that would never have happened to us otherwise without location. And it's really amazing. You feel you know your own country.
There's one of the in the 25 years show. One of the things I thought struck me because yesterday we're starting to talk more and more about AI and ChatGPT, and we had our own new family member of the This Morning family, who is Julia, who is an AI bot, I guess. You had a couple that basically did their search, their initial search where they lived, by going into ChatGPT, and I thought, gosh, that's a real shift in understanding the right part of the world. You don't think it worked? But I was fascinated that they did that, though. It felt like a quite smart idea.
They weren't born and bred in this country, so they didn't have particular connections anywhere. So they simply put it into the chatbot, and it spat out of town, and they said, right, well, let's go and live there. And it was brave.
People,
brave.
One of the questions we asked, the number one question we asked, is there a location? Is this location doing this? I always say the same thing: buy where your life works.
Right.
And that's where ChatGPT would probably struggle.
Interesting.
Is that actually, you know, where's your childcare? You know, where are your ageing parents? You know, people always say, oh, we want to be close to our parents, not so close that they can come round without ringing. Where are your friends? Where is your commute to work?
Yeah.
You know, we were just talking to a colleague of ours who's here with us today, and he said, I'm going to have to move out of home quite soon. He still lives with his parents because the commute is getting a bit of a struggle.
Yeah.
So where is he going to find a place to live that works for returning home and getting to work?
Yeah.
And that is the key, is to look at how your life is going to work. But also the difficult bit is to look 5 years
to look
down.
forward. We're always
Yes.
encouraging people to think 5 years forward. And what will life
Look like
then?
Yeah.
And it's not the life you necessarily want to lead now.
Yeah.
But if you wish to lead it, then you might need to plan for it.
We were talking about it yesterday, actually, and people moving back in with their parents so that they could now, you know, 30-year-olds, so that they could now then afford a deposit for a house. I mean, that's changed in the 25 years.
Rents have gone through the roof, landlords are exiting, and there is less choice of rental property, so the supply and demand up go the rents. That's a real problem for society at the moment.
Yeah. Well, the show is great. Thank you.
It was lovely to watch it back.
It was. You remember all these different things,
moments.
don't
and
you?
I love when you revisit some of the characters that you found properties for. I think it was Louis and George, you know, and see where they are and how they're doing, things like that.
Yeah, Phil gets to do a lot more of those revisits.
I did a revisit
and
on
they're a real
Monday.
joy.
Is that because the punters like him more? Is that what it is?
Yeah, he's more easygoing, he's gentle.
I loved going back.
He can travel.
I love going back.
No.
Thank you.
And it is a great pleasure to see when it's all worked out.
Yeah. Sure. Thank you so much for being here this morning and having a chat. You can catch the new series of Location tonight at 8 p.m. on Channel 4, as well as specials 25 years of Location. And Kirstie and Phil, bleeps, boops and the best bits.
Yes, there's a fair few.
Thank you for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload new content every day, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out. And we'll see you in the morning.